They had heard myths of Deathworlders before, whispers traded in dim starports and war rooms, spoken by soldiers who had survived encounters they never wished to relive. But myth became reality the moment the girl stepped into the tribunal chamber. She was small by galactic standards, a human adolescent, no more than 17 by her planet's reckoning. Draped in a simple black jumpsuit, she looked absurdly fragile amid the crystalline grandeur of the hall. 12 armed guards encircled her in a precise geometric formation, weapons humming with restraint fields capable of stopping a charging war beast. And yet, they all watched her the way priests watch a dormant volcano. Because she was a Deathworlder. Because even the children of her species were dangerous. The High Adjudicator, a towering Syriot with diamond-scaled skin, clicked his talons on the bench to call the session to order. Human, you are brought before this tribunal to answer for the destruction of Outpost Vale 9. You will speak when spoken to. The girl did not answer. She merely looked up, calm, assessing, almost bored. A ripple passed through the guards. Trained soldiers each had been briefed extensively. Do not misinterpret stillness. It does not mean safety. The human nervous system could fire commands exponentially faster than most sapiens. She could cross the distance between them before their reflex dampeners completed a single cycle. The adjudicator continued. State your designation. The girl folded her hands behind her back, as if lectured by a school teacher rather than standing trial for an interstellar incident. Designation. I'm called Mira. Her voice was soft, but it traveled through the room like a blade through silk. Humans had evolved to shout across roaring storms. Their voices carried an intensity that unsettled species accustomed to quiet. Mira tilted her head. And I didn't destroy that outpost. Murmurs erupted from the gallery. The evidence was incontrovertible to them. Sensor logs, thermal residues, a crater where half the installation once stood. The adjudicator's eyes narrowed. You claim innocence? I claim, Mira said mildly, that your sensors don't know the difference between my energy signature and the thing that followed me. Every guard stiffened. The chamber grew colder. The adjudicator glanced at his datapad. Explain. But Mira didn't answer immediately. Her attention drifted upward, toward the vaulting crystalline dome. It was as though she felt something there, something the others could not sense. The guards exchanged uneasy glances. One of them, a Rutari soldier twice Mira's height, stepped forward. Remain still, human. And that, tragically, was when she moved. A single shift. Barely a twitch. Her weight transferred from one foot to the other. But the room froze. Every instinct sharpened. Every soldier recalibrated their aim. Half raised their weapons. The other half dared not, fearing any sudden escalation. The moment felt stretched thin, fragile as the surface tension of water ready to break. Mira sighed. Relax. If I meant to hurt anyone, I'd have done it before breakfast. The Rutari guard swallowed hard. The adjudicator regained some semblance of authority. You claim an unknown organism destroyed the outpost. Yet no such life form appears on any manifest or scan. That's because it wasn't alive, Mira replied. Not the way you understand life. She paused, choosing her words. It was a construct, a remnant of the ancient war that seeded my world with unusual evolutionary pressures. The tribunal erupted in immediate disbelief. Constructs from the precursor age were the stuff of scholarly speculation, not battlefield reports. The idea that one could survive on a so-called death world, a planet so hostile that only the reckless or mad attempted colonization, bordered on absurd. But humans were absurd. Absurd and terrifying. Mira continued quietly. It was dormant until I passed near its resting site. My biology triggered it. Or maybe it recognized me. She rubbed her wrist absently, as if recalling a distant pain. Either way, it followed. I tried to outrun it. Didn't work. The adjudicator leaned forward, his scales refracting cold light. If you were aware you were pursued by a hostile entity, why enter Vale 9? Why not alert authorities? Mira lifted her gaze, and for the first time, the softness vanished. Because your outpost was the closest place with shield arrays strong enough to stop it. And because I'm one girl on a frontier planet with one broken transmitter. You think I wanted it to follow me? You think I wanted anyone hurt? She exhaled sharply. I tried to lure it into the canyon fields. I tried everything. Silence. Even the guard's weapons dimmed slightly, as if humbled. The adjudicator tapped a claw. Describe the construct. Mira hesitated. You won't believe me. Try. It didn't move through space, she said slowly. It folded space. It compressed distances. It was like watching a shadow in a room with no light source. A few tribunal members recoiled involuntarily. And its purpose? The adjudicator asked. Mira answered without hesitation. To test, to measure threat, to eliminate anything that might someday rival its creators. The words hung heavy. One tribunal member whispered, a hunter-class precursor machine. Another murmured, intelligent, adaptive, unstoppable. But it had been stopped. If Mira stood before them alive, something had halted the construct. The adjudicator's nostrils flared. How did you survive? Here Mira looked away. I didn't stop it, she said. Your outpost did. The shield arrays overloaded and detonated. The construct was caught in the implosion. Her voice faltered for the first time. People died because I was there. Not a warrior's boast. A confession weighted with guilt. The adjudicator studied her carefully. Every record about humans emphasized aggression, resilience, predatory cunning. But this quiet sorrow, it did not align with their dossiers. Human, he said, voice softened. You brought danger to our doorstep, but you also led it away from your own world. And you tried to contain it. Mira looked up, surprised. A long pause followed. Then, in a gesture almost ritualistic, the adjudicator struck the bench. The tribunal finds Mira of Earth not guilty. Gasps swept the chamber. The guards lowered their weapons. Some exhaled in relief, others in confusion. The Rutari guard who had stepped forward earlier bowed his head. Mira blinked. You're letting me go? Not letting, the adjudicator corrected. Requesting. We need your species insight. If the precursors left more constructs, we cannot face them alone. Mira gave a faint, wry smile. Humans aren't exactly known for diplomacy. No, the adjudicator agreed, but you are known for surviving the impossible, and that is precisely what the galaxy requires. Mira stepped toward the exit. The guards parted, giving her space, as one would for a storm walking on two legs. Just before she left the chamber, she paused and glanced back. Next time, she said softly, I won't run alone. And for the first time in recorded history, the united species of the Tribunal understood why every story about Deathworlders ended not with fear, but with hope.